Welcome back, and now I have the great pleasure of introducing two women who are part of the pillars of the organization Workforce Central in Worcester, right?
Yes.
Amy, how are you, Amy?
Good, thanks Christina, good to see you.
Nice to see you too. And Dawn Kiritsis.
Nice to meet you.
And you have a Greek last name, right?
Correct.
That's why I can pronounce it well. That's great. So I just recently learned about this, and thank God for Amy. She nabs me, she lets me use her skates, and then we meet up and I give them back and she goes, how about? And I go, that's the way to do it. That's great. But I knew nothing about this organization. So I'm not saying that 500,000 other people don't know anything about it, but this is a chance for you to platform and showcase what you do. So tell us a little bit about Workforce Central.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to spotlight Workforce Central Career Center. We're actually one of 33 one-stop career centers across the state of Massachusetts. So it's bigger than just the Worcester area, but Workforce Central Career Center, our main office is in Worcester here. We also have offices in Southbridge and Milford as well. And we serve and connect job seekers and employers. So we work with many different types of job seekers of all different age backgrounds and skill sets, and we basically help them get back to work. We can provide them with some training and guidance, and we also work directly with the employers as well, and all of our services are free to both job seekers and employers. That's
amazing. I was going to say, what's different about you versus another employment agency, and basically you offer everything. It's a grant or funded by the government?
Yes, we are federally funded, so we all report to the Department of Labor. That's our primary funding source, and it comes down through the states and it's distributed to the different regions across the state. And so in our particular office, we happen to be a collaboration between Massachusetts at the state level, and I happen to be a City of Worcester employee as our other colleagues. So we're both city and state employees working together, as well as other partners like Dawn will talk more about. So there's a lot of people under one roof to help people get back to work.
That's great. Okay, so Dawn, tell us a little bit about now. How long have you been with the organization?
I have been in this position as navigator since July. It's a new position that is matched with all the other community colleges in the state. So there are 15 community colleges, and there are 15 college and career navigators. So this position is funded through the Department of Labor. And the thrust of the position is really to help people navigate back to education or training opportunities, and to make it very smooth transition for them so they have success.
Does it matter what age someone can come to you? It can be somebody just getting out of college to someone who's maybe thought they were going to retire and want to go back in, or somebody was laid off, or doesn't matter? It
doesn't matter, and that's a very good point. It really is an opportunity for individuals to return back into the job place. They may be underemployed, unemployed, or dislocated, and it's an opportunity for them to transition back to get education training opportunities and to have success in doing that.
So in your organization, do you have someone who actively goes to companies and promotes what you do, or at least from an outreach perspective, and say, do you need help? You know, we have this organization, we have this portfolio of people who are looking for jobs, and what are your needs, and you try to match them.
We do. It's actually somebody on staff locally. His name is John McCarthy. He's our business service representative, and at the different offices there's a BSR, or business service representative, that would do exactly that. I also do some of that work as well, so people are welcome to contact me at Workforce Central. And that's a really important piece. Whether or not the company is actually hiring today, it's really important that we provide a whole slew of business services, again, free to the employer, whether or not they're hiring. So it may be some, you know, internal support, some training funds that they may not know, you know, are available through the state, and other incentives and resources.
Like what kind of training? Let's say they need some IT training. You know, they're not up to speed or whatever, and they need some IT training. Would you offer some kind of training there?
Yeah, we'd have to do an assessment on a case-by-case basis with the employer, but there is something called the Workforce Training Fund, and there's different sort of levels and types of training depending on what the company needed. So John McCarthy at the local level is a great contact to get more information, and we're happy to do an on-site visit if that's easier for the employer. So whatever we can do to make it easier for the employer to stay in Worcester and grow.
Like, for example, one of my clients has got a big order. You know, they did right before Christmas, and they just couldn't take care of all of it. They had to get it out before the end of the year, and so they would contact you, and then you would see assess what their needs are, how long they would need people, how many people they would need, and you would try to match that.
Right, right. And because we are a public workforce system, one thing for the employers to know, and I know it's not always the case that employers are always hiring a W-2, but that is at this time, again, it is a case by case. We're happy to talk to any employer that is looking to hire, and we'll do the best we can to accommodate. And
it could be temporary, it could be long-term, it could be short-term, whatever.
Yes, it could be. And we do at this juncture, and I am somebody who is working on this, I know a lot of employers are hiring, you know, temp to perm or even a 1099. That's a little bit trickier, but we will work with the company to make referrals if we can help directly.
That's great. Yeah. Okay, and how can people get in touch with you?
Workforce Central, and they can get in touch with me directly. I'm there at Workforce Central 3 days a week full time and 2 days over at Quinsigamond Community College. We have an email that they can certainly contact me through, or
workforcecentral.org.
Workforce Central MA.
Massachusetts.
Correct.
Great. Yes. And then they can get on to see all your great programs that you have. You have training programs, you have collaborative programs going on.
Yes, we've got, you know, on the job seeker side, if you're a job seeker currently in Central Massachusetts and you're not currently a member of Workforce Central Career Center, we would encourage people to come to what's called a Career Center Seminar or a CCS, and they can call 508-799-1600, extension 601. They would sign up for what's a CCS, get a job seeker ID number. Once they have that membership card, they can go to any of our workshops. So I mean, I'm talking about for free.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, you know, we could do a whole show on this, but this is great. It was perfect. It's the beginning of the year, and it's great for everybody to know about this great government-run organization in Worcester. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
You too, Christina.
Thank you. And we'll be right back.